books this month, and I'm going to go straight right into it. The first book I've read is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and the prose is complex characters, executed world building, and badass female character, which is Ren. And the cons is too graphic, but like that's not my personal thing. I'm just giving you what other people think they're like what their thoughts are, because I personally had like I'm kind of like numb to like certain things lately. Not that it didn't affect me. It I did react to it, but not my normal reaction. It's just been and then apparently not a feminist book. Like most of the reviews I went through, that all the negative ones, like the 1 star, about like half of them said this is not a feminist book, and I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know, was it pitched that way? And and then right after the Poppy War, I read the Dragon Republic, the prose. Kate, he is everything. He's just a cinnamoroll. He is. I'm hoping that he is an anchor for Ren, as and keeps her in check of humanity when she. And then the politics is really prominent in this one. I really liked it, and I liked it better than the first book. And this is most 5-star and 4-star reviews. Everyone said that they liked it better than the Poppy War. And the people had pacing issues. In the beginning, I kind of Ren acts like a toddler. That's someone said that she acts like a toddler, and too heavy-handed. Not sure what that means, but I'm putting it there for other people. And then the third book I read is Beasly Bones by the Beasly Bones, which is Jackie B's series, the second one, by Ritter. The prose. Okay, so there's these kittens that they find that turn into fish. There's lots of twists in it, and archaeological digs. What more can you have in there? And the cons feels like some feel it's underwhelmed. Compared to the first book, some people thought it was disorganized, mindless, and immature. And well, it's a YA book, of course it's gonna be mature. Then I read The Greenglass House by Kate Milford, which was part of the Touch of Whimsy Alice in Wonderland readathon. I read that for the Cheshire Cat prompt. The prose is perfect atmosphere for a winter read. I kind of wish I read this book during Christmas because it was that comfy, cozy winter book, and a cute middle grade mystery and touching. The story, it was very touching. The ending and all that, it just wraps up like fun and emotional. Another cool thing too is like sort of like D&D-esque thing like going on there with the male female character and the main character. They form this game sort of like D&D, making up like their own characters as they solve what's going on in the house. And they also pacing issues. So there's gonna be a theme in here with these pros and cons. A lot of people were having issues with pacing. Some felt the mystery element was predictable and not enough world building. And it was basically built. Basically, the book is actually in the real world, but it's more part of like an inn where these people go, where like people come and stay. This is an inn, and it used to be thieves and pirates used to stay, and used to be like a neutral ground, and that's the premise of the glass house. So, what fantasy world building does it need? It's just a middle grade mystery, not middle grade fantasy. 5. Ghosly Echoes, Jacoby Series 3 by Ritter. There's a new LGBTQIA+ character. There's Irish and Greek mythology and more supernatural creatures. Plot lacking. Political intersection and charm and humor was missing. Like, these books have a lot of charm in them, and humor, and I felt this book was lacking the humor. That's my only qualm with it. And Winter Song by S.J. Jones. Prose, it's music centered. The main character is a prodigy. Labyrinth, Goblin King vibes. Like, basically, that's what it felt like. I kept picturing that movie. And the cons is too angsty. The romance felt flat and slow pacing. The next book I read was part of the Adventures Wonderland read along. The Train to Impossible Places filled in the rest of the prompts except for the treasure cat and the eat me or drink me. For the eat me and drink me, I made myself a cup of coffee. I didn't record it because I didn't feel like it, and I was going to record it and put it in like the beginning and all that, but I just didn't feel like doing it. The prose are amazing. Plot twist at the end. That ending, like, just did it for me. Very imaginative, and my favorite part was Troville and Walmart. Oh my god, he's such a cinnamon roll. He was so cute. I loved, like, he's my favorite character. The crown's lacking in the world building. Some people felt it was disjointed, and some felt the main character annoying. I didn't think she was annoying, but other people did. And then I read something that was very nostalgic to me, and that was Kiki's Delivery Service by Eiko Kodono. Sorry, I butchered it. I'll have it, the picture somewhere, like I always do. The prose, it's cute and cozy magical, and the cons, the lack of description and somewhat boring. Maybe the lack of description was a translation thing. I really don't know. It's translated from Japanese. I'm not sure if there's description in the Japanese version. If anyone knows how to read Japanese and read this book, let me know. Then I read the Wynonna Earp Volume 1, Homecoming, and that was fun because I watched the TV show. I love the TV show and the novel, the graphic novel. I think it's 1 through 6, the one I read. It's so much fun, so different. But the art is amazing, and there's crazy demons. I think there's even one where like this weird doctor scientist guy who has this zombie virus, like only in his hands, and he infects people in the zombie virus, and he goes to a mall, and he does all this just so that he could be on good standing with the other bad demons in the story. Not much of a character development, some people felt, and not into the Western stuff, because basically that's what Wynonna Earp is. It is like a Western with supernatural elements into it, and there's Western lingo and all that kind of stuff. But I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go into my next thing, and it's not gonna be pros and cons. It's actually going to be what I've learned. It's a new section. So anything that is nonfiction, that's not memoir, would be part of what I've learned. There's no pros and cons here. There's no need for pros and cons, because when I read some of the bad reviews of it, because when I'm looking there, it's just dumb reasons not to like it. They think that they were justified, and they were not justified in any of the negative review. So let me get into it. So I listened to Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. My God, it is so sad, so good, and very important for people to read. I suggest the audiobook because Bryan Stevenson, he narrates it. So basically, what I learned is that, like, in America, our systems, our prisons, our police, anyone in power, there's something wrong going on here. They're targeting Black people, people of color, and like they're even going as far as a Black child. Let me repeat one more time. A child being tried as an adult. Being tried as an adult. Let that sink in for 1 minute. This is a really important read. A lot of the cases are just gut-wrenching. The first case he talks about is he was falsely accused of a crime, and they waited forever. He was on death row, and the day he was being executed, the courts finally put the whatever it's called through, so he doesn't get executed. Was too late, so he was executed anyway, and that just is messed up. And then there's one case where I guess he was mentally challenged. He was raped, he is like, and his health deteriorated more. And then there's another guy who would have been okay, but like he suffered so much trauma in the prison system that, and he was also raped as well. That everything that happened, but even though he was one of the cases that actually was out of the jail and the case, like all that case, but because of all that trauma, he got early Alzheimer's. Yeah, it's you need to listen or read it, or listen and read it at the same time, as whatever. Just go and do it. The next one is Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Reni Eoldo. Sorry if I said it wrong. So I'm just gonna read off of what I wrote down. Racism in the UK and how it's very lacking. The author described how she had to look for the history of Black people in the UK, and I really don't think they teach anything related to the Black history over in the UK at all. I think they just teach what the US does, but like that, but that's also whitewashed. So, and I learned from this one that feminism is whitewashed. Why? I mean, for me personally, if you're a woman, you're part of the feminism. You're a female. You're part of us. Slavery started in England. Basically the slave trade. Color blindness equals fooling yourself. White privilege is the instrumental to racism. Every white person needs to read this as a start. This book is a starter. You can't, it's just, you start here and you read more books to back it up. This isn't the end all be all. This is just one voice, and you need to read more. And then my next one is the books that so I'm going to tell you, I DNF'd The Rage of Dragons, and this was the South Space book club pick, and with the two Jessies, Jessie May and Jessie from the Bookish Mom. I'll have the live link down in the description box, and the reason why I DNF'd it, because it took me from the 19th to the 25th just to read 50 pages. And I'm all for training, I'm all for fighting and all that, but I'd rather have it not 99% of the book. I like that kind of thing in my fantasy books, or any book that has training in it and fighting, is like maybe 25-30% of the book, and I like mostly other things going on in the book. That's the main reason. So I was team captain. So what I'm currently reading. Okay, so I'm currently reading is Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chohosky. I hope I'm saying it right. Sorry if I didn't. I'm not saying it right. Jessie May from Jessie May Books. highly recommends it, and I'm reading it under her recommendation. I'm e-booking and audiobooking the book. I'm in the middle, and I'm just in the beginning of it. Then I am reading Jade City, and I'm about on page 51. I'm enjoying what I'm reading so far, and I'm also reading Lies and Wakes by James Corey. I'll have the picture up. That one is the official book club pick, and the Jade City is the buddy read that everyone decided they wanted to read all together. Everyone. And then I'm also reading Misery by Stephen King. And I'm also reading Wynonna Earp, Legends. And so the two buddy reads I'm actually reading with one other person from Shelf Space, and it's only one person, and that is I'm rereading Rebecca by Daphne the Mar. I love this book. It's just awesome, and I'm gonna have a really fun time rereading it. And I'm also buddy reading Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. This is the second book to the Kings of the Wild series. I'm on chapter 11 of this book. And for any other books I'm going to be reading, please look at my library haul. I'll have that down in the description box. And that'll be it. Please subscribe if you wanna, and hit that like button. Let me know that you're here, and please leave a comment in the description box. And if you got this far and you don't feel like writing out anything, leave me a ghost emoji in the comments box. And thank you very much for watching.